I don't wanna be. I do. I'm feeling goofy.
8 minutes to tell you about the new Haxelib. Some of you might have already read stuff about it online. It comes with Hax 3. So Haxelib 3.0.0. New Haxelib, new libraries, new workflow. That's what we're talking about. New Haxelib, it comes with Hax 3, so if you upgrade to Hax 3, it's still called Haxelib, it still feels very similar, but it's new. Yeah. The command line tool, similar. It's slightly easier to use development libraries. You can't read that there, but Haxelib, that's my mistake. Haxelib local is now, it used to be Haxelib test, it's now Haxelib local, I'll fix that in a minute. Haxelib dev, who's used Haxelib dev and you have to put in the whole long paths all the time? No longer the case. Now you can, yeah, you can use like relative paths, so you can use Haxelib dev, you know, if it's my detox library, Haxelib dev detox space dot, and it'll do the current directory or source or something. So you can do that. So relative paths, and it now also checks your haxlib.json. So if you, in your development directory, change your dependencies, it checks from there rather than from the latest installed version, which was the case in the last time. Oh man, more errors. This is what you get for rushing it during the last talk. Haxelib Git should be, it now supports full Git URLs, and then you can specify anything that gets checked out. So you could put a branch, you could put a tag, you could put a specific commit, and so you can check out a specific commit of your library if that's what you want to do. And then you can also specify the subdirectory stuff's in, so it's easy to use it from GitHub. Other than that, do you want to talk about the self-updating?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think Nicola mentioned this even during the talk. The new Haxelib has the ability to self-update itself because we decoupled the project. So ideally, you will be hearing quite often from us, please update your Haxelib, because we have this cool feature that can delete all your files and, you know, and we want you to test it, whether it really works. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it is. It sits there right now. Incidentally, I don't know. I hope we can at some day make this maybe nicer. But in fact, Haxelib kind of sits on Haxelib itself, on the Haxelib server, and so we distribute the news sources on the Haxelib server, and you can pull this, and the client will self-update. And the new files are stored where the Haxelib files are instead of the standard library. So the standard library is untouched, and you can always revert to that and if anything goes really wrong. But I don't see that it should.
So the big change, the reason we did it, new libraries. There was a lot of really old stuff on Haxelib, so now that's all in legacy. If you're still using Hax 2.10, you'll still get the old libraries when you use Haxelib. If you upgrade, you'll get the new libraries, so depending on which tool you're using. If you're on the website, the lib.hax.org is the new stuff, libhax.org/legacy is the old stuff. So it's all still there. There was some bugs, but we fixed it. Yeah, new stuff. We're using a kind of variant of Semver. Who's heard of Semver? That is not a lot of people. All right, we might have to explain this. It's not quite the same as the official one, but seeing as none of you know what that is anyway, basically it's major.minor.patch. That's what we're going with. Official Semver also has a build, but we didn't think that was necessary. So we're enforcing this. If you upload a Haxelib now, it has to be like 1.0.0 or 0.0.1 or something. It has to have those three numbers. And what it means is You can update the patch as many times as you want, and that's just like fixing little things, you know, fixing bugs or something, but it doesn't break anything. A minor means you've added new features and you want to let people know this is a good release and they should go get it. But it doesn't break anything. So you should be able to upgrade a minor one and never worry about stuff breaking, in theory. Major, if it goes from version 1 to version 2 or from version 2.5 to version 3, that means something broke and you should not upgrade unless you're ready to deal with it. So the API changed in a way where you're going to have to, you'll no longer be able to just compile, you have to change your code somewhere. So we're enforcing this, so stuff has to be in that format. At the moment, we're not doing all the checking, but later we hope to be able to do stuff so it'll like get you the latest version that's compatible with what you started on or something like that. Is that a good description? Yeah. Any questions about that bit? No? Yes?
Compatibility is compilation time.
Yeah, this is for compiling. So if my library is dependent on yours, then and he updates and he breaks something and you're using mine, it should not, yeah, it shouldn't, it should use the last safe version. So there's also alpha, beta and release candidate tags. If they're those, you should use with caution, I guess. And yeah, it'll let us be smarter in the end. What's online now? There's some stuff already up there. So a whole bunch of open flash stuff. OpenFL. Is it OpenFL or OpenFlash? OpenFL. So there you go. Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff's appearing. If you want to check if Hax is safe to upgrade, if all your libraries are there, check this website. Oh, which one was I? Oh, I was there. New workflow. So you can now do Haxelib install and then an XML file. And what that will do is that will look at your XML file and every library you use in your build, it will try to install. So if you have a brand new Hax installation or you have a new employee join and you've got 30 libraries that they have to install, you can just say Haxelib install build.hxml and it'll go through and do all of them. If you have multiple build files, like with my UFront stuff, I have a server build and a client build. Haxelib install all is a special command, that's a reserved name, and it will install every HXML file in the current directory. So you'll end up installing a whole bunch of things, and it will also set the versions to whatever you have in your HXML. So if you have one project and you're using version 1 of a library, and another project you're using version 2, if you just run this, it will set all the versions to what you need for your build file. Is that cool? Yeah, cool. It's good? 1 minute? All right, skip all those. What do you guys want? Because now that we can update faster, there's some ideas. New website, easier submitting so you don't have to zip stuff, it just does it all for you. Readmes like GitHub, better API documentation, Git paths. Anything else?
Specify our own local repository to pick up extra stuff.
Good idea.
That feature survives.
Yes. That would be good. Are you saying you had that or you want? Okay. There are plans to have better support for that. What that looks like, maybe you can have a say on that. I think there is an issue for it on the GitHub already, but it hasn't been done so that you can have multiple repositories at once at the moment. So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's useful.